So yesterday I dropped the first edition of Coffee with Coleman, which is really designed to help in-home sales pros close more deals. And I got a lot of questions of it, a lot of feedback on it. One of the things that I wanted to walk you through on this next episode, and if you're with me on Facebook Live, you're going to really understand kind of what our program's meant for. And the one question I get is like, how do you package soap in the in-home sales space, right? So liquid soap products has been around since 1987. We've been in the water industry for that amount of time, and one of the things that we've really hung our hat on, and our whole passion and our niche in life really, is to help in-home sales pros close more deals. So if you have a company where you're selling windows, doors, floors, bathrooms, any upgrades in the home where you have a sales rep that's communicating with homeowner, that's where we fit in, and I want to walk you through how we do that. And we built a proven process that has really aligned us in the water industry for all these years. And so if you're listening to this and you want our what we call our blueprint, our sales multiplier blueprint, reach out and I'll make sure that you get a copy of that. But really what we do is we provide you a proven system showing in-home sales guys or gals how to increase close rates, reduce cancellations, and truly just create happier customers. If you're in this space, you've been in a situation where you've sold something to somebody and then they get buyer's remorse, or you've sold something to somebody and you get an objection about price, and that's really what we come in. So we use the dollars that your customers are already spending by the way of concentrated soap packs to reposition the budget. And really what that means is we take a product such as shampoo, dish soap, laundry soap, multi-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, hand soap, body wash, shampoos, whatever it is, and we build it in a concentrated form, because you and I as consumers, typically we are on an endless spending journey. Every month, every week, every quarter, every year, we go to the supermarket, we go to the store, doesn't matter where you shop, and what happens is we spend money on this stuff anyway, hence AnywayDollars, right? So I want to walk you through really the 4 pillars of what we do. And most sales systems overpromise, right? You've probably seen it where somebody has come, some guru in sales has come across and they've said, look, like, we can help you get better close rates, we can help you handle your objections better, we can give you a sales process, and that's really where we want to align with, and those kind of sales companies, so that we can use these soap packs inside the home so you can reposition the consumer's dollar. Now more than ever, inside of the world and the economic climate that we live in, what you're finding is people just don't have the discretionary income to go upgrade their home, right? And that's not the case for everybody, but it is something that consumers are thinking about now more than ever, right? The dollar's just not going as far. So instead of asking customers to find new money in their budget, our program simply redirects the money that you guys are already spending, or the consumer's already spending, every month at the store, and we call those AnywayDollars. So I believe that when your customers can see the numbers clearly, the money that they're already spending in the supermarket for all those products that I just mentioned, your objections are going to disappear, confidence is going to increase in the decision of the buyer, right? So you've been there before, you've put the price sheet in front of somebody and they're like, I want to think about it, right? You might ask the question, if you're a ninja in sales, you might ask the question, hey, based on everything that I've showed you this evening or today, is there any reason other than price that you wouldn't buy? Hopefully trying to get to the root cause of really where the objection lies. There's a way that you can get it. Simply just reach out to me and we'll make sure you get it. But really what we're going to walk through today is, how do you truly close more deals with these soap packs? How do you reduce those cancellations? How do you generate referrals with soap packs? And then how do you truly create long-term value for your customer? So most salespeople hit a wall. And what I mean by that is, whenever you guys get to capacity, right, or a sales pro gets to capacity, they've learned what they've learned, right? They've went through training, onboarding, or whatever. They're going to hit the wall, or hit the ceiling, right? And truly what that ceiling is when you get into a home, what you're competing with is invisible spending. So as a consumer, if you come into my home and you try to sell me something to improve my home, what that's going to look like is, where do I actually find the money to buy what I need, want, and desire, which is the product that you're selling or the service that you're selling. And so our soap packs for 37 years, y'all, have allowed us to show consumers the money that they're already spending, and then we use the soap products as a closing tool or as a gift so that the consumer, your prospect, your customer, the homeowner, can reposition that dollar, right? Every new sale competes with everyday spending. It doesn't matter what you're selling, but typically most consumers are going to think about pricing, right? And most consumers, like myself included, before I got involved here, we never really thought about the money that we spend on everyday products such as soaps, cleaners, household products, personal care products, and so on and so forth. And this system really works because everyone uses our products, everyone buys our products, and everybody's overpaying for it, and I'll get into that in a second. So here are some problems that occur that I've found, and some pain points that I've found whenever I'm talking to in-home sales professionals. They don't get reviews on every deal, right? So they're somewhat random. It's super uncomfortable to ask for referrals. Hey, if you like my thing that I just sold you, can you tell your friends and family? It's kind of awkward, right? And then it's reliance on disposable income. So as a consumer, as a homeowner, you as a salesperson are relying on the fact that I have room in my budget. But again, if you go back to, if they can see the numbers clearly with the products that they're already purchasing, you eliminate the buyer remorse. You eliminate the objection about price. And so the issue isn't the product that you're selling to the homeowner, right? It's the positioning of the money. And this program really changes the math, and it just moves the money. We call it repositioning the dollar, okay? There's really 4 pillars. I talked to you about that. Is close more deals. How do you do it with AnywayDollars? How do you reduce your cancellations with AnywayDollars? How do you get more referrals with AnywayDollars? And then truly, how do you get a happier customer? That actually leads into referrals as well with AnywayDollars. So if you implement this process clearly, the process or the mindset from the consumer shifts from, man, I'm making a big purchase, to really just a smarter repositioning of the dollar, right? And so we use concentrated products. I'll walk you through that in another video or another podcast here, but it's a system that compounds over time. And so I want to walk through this endless spending journey that we're on as consumers. I said it a moment ago, where every week, every month, every quarter, every year, you and your household are going into supermarkets and stores each and every day, and you're buying products like we sell. The problem with that is you're paying for single-use plastic. What happens whenever you're done with that product? Where does it end up? It ends up typically in the trash. So you're paying for single-use plastic. You're paying for an exorbitant amount of water, right? If you know how laundry detergent or dish soap is made, or multi-purpose soap is made, it's staggering how much soap's in it compared to water, right? And then at the store level, how do you think Walmart or Target or some of these other big retailers keep the lights on, pay for their employees, right? They pass that cost on to the consumer. So let's talk a little bit about AnywayDollars. AnywayDollars are dollars that your customers are already spending every month on these products that we're talking about, whether they buy your product or not. We call those AnywayDollars. It doesn't matter if they buy your product or not. They are going to spend money this week, this month, this quarter on cleaning products. So really what our program solves is, we eliminate the budget objections, like I don't have the money, where's the money coming from? It eliminates the hesitation that your buyers have, and there's some price resistance, right, caused by money competing with everyday household spending, right? So if you have a consumer and we know that they're buying these products anyway, they're spending the money anyway, what does our program solve? We give them soap packs that have a value through concentrated products, because what we do is we go factory direct, we eliminate the retailer, we ship concentrates, so it's not a lot of water that we're shipping all across the country. You're not paying for Walmart or Target to pay their employees, their insurance, their taxes on the building, all that good stuff, right? So it lowers the cost to the homeowner, thus lowering the cost to in-home sales companies, where you can take this soap pack and you can position it with the sell. So hopefully that made sense. We reduce cancellations. So how do we do it? Concentrated soap packs create immediate value. If you go in and install windows today, if you've ever done that or you ever gotten a quote for it, it's super expensive. And then once they're installed, the consumer, the homeowner, doesn't really see it. Maybe it is cosmetic, right? You can see, hey, I got new windows here, but you don't know the savings that it causes. It's kind of out in the world of unknown, right? You know that it reduces your cost in regards to maybe your energy bill, but you don't really see it. It's not tangible, right? And so what our products do is they are tangible. Every night when you guys get done eating dinner or whatever, you might spray off the table, clean the table, you wash your hands at the sink, you go into your shower and you have shampoos and body wash and bar soaps and things like that. So it's a tangible product that truly reduces the cancellations because the consumers can see it, smell it, touch it, if that makes sense. The third pillar of this whole thing is how do we get you guys more referrals? So if you're in the in-home sales space, our referral system is built around sharing value, not just asking for favors. So I back up a second ago, whenever you guys install something for a friend or family member or just a customer that bought your windows or doors or water system or whatnot, you're typically going back to that customer and asking them, hey, if you know of friends and family that might benefit from my thing that I just sold you, would you mind sharing their name, their number, their email address, things like that. But what we found is that customers offer referral more naturally when they're sharing something that's useful that benefits them, right? And again, if you do this correctly, you reposition the budget and the dollar so that your consumer, your prospect truly understand what they're getting and how you're repositioning the money. And the last thing I want to talk about real quick is how do we generate you guys more 5-star reviews. Most home improvement companies, whether you're selling windows, doors, floors, water systems, bath, one-day baths, vacuums, if you're in the in-home sales space, really you're relying on 5-star reviews, because if you go back to the way that most of these companies get leads, they're typically in, they're door knocking, maybe they're a big referral-based company, or maybe they're in retailers such as like Lowe's and Home Depot. You've walked in there, you've seen the table set up, somebody's asking if you want to test your water, or you want to get a pamphlet about new AC units, or maybe you want to get a pamphlet about windows and what the cost or the quote might be for that. But you guys, those companies really rely on 5-star reviews, because if I talk to somebody or if somebody knocks on my door and they ask me for their business, what do I as a consumer typically do? Pull out my cell phone, I go to my tablet, I look at this company and say, is this company any good, or are they doing what they say they're going to do? And then I look at those 5-star reviews. So one of the things that we've really been passionate about is helping in-home sales companies work through this idea that when they get the soap pack and they see the value and they understand the math, then they go and give you a better review. People can sink their teeth into it, and if you do it properly, what's ultimately going to happen is they're going to see the math, and then they're going to tell their friends and family about it. So again, if you guys have any questions, I'm going to allow you to just shoot a text message with the word demo, D-E-M-O, to the number 888-302-8522. Again, that's demo, D-E-E-D-E-M-O, to 888-302-8522. I'll send you the kind of the process that we've used in the in-home sales space for many years, but truly who this is for, guys and gals, is in-home sales pros who want higher close rates, who want fewer cancellations, that want predictable referrals and results, and they truly want 5-star reviews, right? So hopefully this helps you if you're in the in-home sales space. Myself or my sales team can take care of you. I'm super passionate about this. It's been working for 30 plus years, and it's a great way for in-home sales companies to give their consumers more value and then again reposition that dollar. So I wanted to get this out there because a lot of people were asking me, like, you guys are a soap company and you're in the in-home sales space, like, how does it work? That's how it works. Again, DEMO 888-302-8522. Shoot that text there, and we'll make sure that you get the sales blueprint so you understand what's going on there. I appreciate your time.